What's going on, guys? This is Andrew Chicken and welcome back to another video. In this one I'm counting down my picks for the top 5 worst Paladins champions. My choices are based on how effective they are in their respective classes, as well as the community's overall opinion of them. Now before I get into the video, I do want to mention that this video is not meant to bring down any of you guys who main these champions. These picks are just my opinion with a tad bit of common sense and fact thrown in there. But with that being said, let's get straight into my picks for the top 5 worst Paladins champions. Number 5. Torvald. Now, Torvald might not have been your first pick to throw on this list, and Torvald can pose a serious threat in some games when handled by the right players. I couldn't agree more, but when you look at the actual kit of his character, he isn't all that great. For starters, his weapon is, well, crap. As I said in my top 5 favorite Paladins champions video, which if you haven't seen that you should totally check it out, link is in the description, it is a short-range laser with 50 ammunition that deals 50 damage with each shot. While it does have the nice ability to lock onto an enemy, in certain situations when enemies group up it is hard to hit the enemy in front of you that you really want to kill. His range is also super annoying, because oftentimes I've found myself just out of range of a weak damage all alone, and can do nothing about it because they're backing away and picking off my health with ease. His Runic Blast ability is good, especially when combined with a legendary card that allows it to deal 500 damage on contact, but his shielding is the other pet peeve I have with Torvald. It has a minuscule 2,000 health on Torvald, and he can apply a shield to one other person for the same amount. Unlike any of the other tanks, Torvald can't put up a wall or a shield to block out shots to protect his team in a large area. His shield is good for protecting him, but only him. Last but not least, his ultimate is great, on some maps. His ulti is very effective only on maps that have open spaces for him to push the enemy team off, like on Fish Market. But even then, if the team is smart, there is no way that they are going to stand between a Torvald and an open cliff. And while I do freaking love the guy, he still isn't really all that good a tank. Number 4. Grok. Damage Groks can be quite lethal on the battlefield, but as far as healing goes, Grok could do way better. He has a totem that heals allies within a certain radius, but what sets him apart from other healers is the fact that your allies have to come to you for heals. Every single other champion has a much better time at following the team with heals by applying the team with heals directly like Seris, or having a one-time large heal like Grover. His totem remains stationary, so if you put a totem, say, on the objective and all your allies fall back or charge forward, no one is going to receive your heals. Grok's damage is okay, but his heals are definitely lacking. And while Maldamba does have a stationary area of heals, his heals don't have the totem supplying them that can be destroyed with a few bullets. And he also has a healing spirit that he can apply on an ally every few seconds, making him way superior over Grok's healing style. Number 3. Buck. Buck definitely isn't too popular right now. While I did mention him in my top 5 favorites video, that was, after all, before Zin. So sorry Buck, but you suck. Buck has a shotgun with decent damage, but certainly not as much as other champions like Androxus, and it has a large spray, so you're never guaranteed to hit all of your pellets. He does have some nice self-sustain, which is why he isn't higher on this list, and his mobility is alright with a massive leap to where he wants to go. But with the removal of the legendary card that gives him 2 of these to queue up, it isn't as potent as it once was. His ultimate is okay. It deals double damage with his shotgun for a few seconds, but it's nothing too spectacular like Andro's devastating first arm or Sky's bomb. Overall, he's just not that great a champion. Number 2. Pip. Of course you know Pip had to make it on this list. While he has some nice damage, some decent mobility, and crowd control ability with his Chicken Bomb and Fireball, his healing is what lands him on this list. Out of all the support champions, Pip is definitely the worst. He has a hit or miss flask that deals with a one-time heal of 1200 health every 8 seconds. That's it. Nothing else. While he does have a legendary that can double his healing with the flask, it is still minuscule compared to what an average Seris or Maldamba can crank out in a match. While there are a few great Pip players who can rack up heals with him, in most people's hands he is incompetent. His lack of heals makes him the number 2 spot on this list. Number 1. Skye. While Skye is great in some lower level matches against some people when played by some players, everywhere else she's basically useless unless played by a master at it. The main reason for this lies not in her huge burst potential or poison darts, but in her mobility or lack thereof. Skye can go invisible, but doesn't have a jump or a blink or even a spin to get her in and out of combat quickly. When combined with her flimsy health of just 2,000, she's basically trading her life for one or two enemies. Her smoke bomb also functions nothing like an actual smoke bomb. While in the area, you can't see anything except terrain, but when outside of it, you have much greater visibility than you should actually have. And while it does grant her one-time invisibility, that duration is incredibly short. Skye is extremely weak, and her terrible mobility, and therefore terrible effectiveness, lands her the #1 spot on this list. So I hope you guys enjoyed my list of the top 5 worst Paladins champions. If you guys enjoyed this video and agreed with my list, be sure to drop a like on this video and subscribe for more content from me. Peace out.